What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Food Daze. Today we're going to make chili. Now, the awesome thing about chili is there are no boundaries to how you create it. In my opinion, the base for a chili is vegetables, some kind of peppers, tomato sauce, tomato puree, and seasoning. Now, from there, you can put beans in. You don't need beans. You want beans and meat, put beans and meat in. Put chicken in it, put chicken. If you want to be vegan or vegetarian, just use sweet potatoes with maple bacon. And then throw them into the chili, let it rest. The best thing about it is you can make it as spicy or as mild as you want. There are no rules to chili. So I'm just going to show you my preferred method and how I like to make chili. I'm not going to bore you guys with how I chop vegetables. That's just so time consuming. So I'm going to probably prep everything, get my mise en place together, start sauteing all my vegetables, and then show you how I throw everything together. So let's hop to it. So my intention is to use these peppers, about 6 cloves, 2 bell peppers, and about 2 onions, maybe a little less on the onions. But by the power of editing, I'm going to chop all this up and then you'll see it. Alright, now that all of our veggies are chopped up, we have our green peppers, our onion, and our spicy peppers. I only ended up using 1 pepper. It was actually pretty big. I'm just going to use a garlic press for about 6 to 8 cloves of garlic because I like the taste of it. But we're going to add all of our wet ingredients plus our dry ingredients in a pot, and then we're going to saute all the veggies and get that started. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to add our crushed tomatoes, our tomato puree, and our tomato paste. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add water to equal parts cans to your chili, because as you're letting this come up to a simmer for a couple hours, it will reduce. You don't want to burn your chili. Alright, now we're going to add our 3 different types of beans, the preserving liquids, and our spices. About 2 tablespoons of everything should be kind of good. Going with pepper, salt. I'm going to go in with paprika. Good amount of paprika. Don't be scared of this stuff. Me personally, I'm making this spicy, so I'm going with not so much cayenne, just enough for the flavor, because I've got some spicy chilies. And chili powder. And remember, you can always adjust to your taste. I'm going to drop in 2 bay leaves. Fish those out later, and a little bit of cumin, just to give it that nice Tex-Mex taste. What the heck? What's up with my cumin? There we go. And we're going to let that simmer and relax. Alright, at this point we're going to go in and we're going to saute our veggies. So I'm going to start with some avocado oil. Trust me, avocado oil is your best friend when it comes to cast iron. So, you want to keep this at about a medium heat. Alright, let's go ahead and start with our onions. We're going to bring these down. And that was not hot enough, Dave. Way to go. Let's turn it up a little. See, not a professional, guys. Just a home cook that knows how to cook. Because a professional would have embarrassed himself and had this at a higher temperature. But for the purpose of learning, there you go. So to help sweat out the onions, you want to give a little bit of salt, followed by a little bit of pepper. I like doing this now early because it helps. And we're just going to reduce this down to its translucent, and then we're going to add it to our chili pot. And then we'll continue on to the next pepper, or to the peppers. Trust me, by the power of editing, this will all be sped up or out of it. Alright, now that we've got our onions caramelized, sorry. We're going to throw this into the pot, and then we're going to cook our peppers. Now at this point, don't worry if you left some of the residue in there. Trust me, it's going to come right up anyway. Because we're just going to continue to cook in the same pan and keep getting the fond off. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. I'm going to turn the temperature down a little. And now we're going to add in our green peppers. Hey, look at that, it sizzled just fine. Way to go. Not a news today. Rinse and repeat. Add some salt and pepper. And make a mess on the chili. Now, what's amazing is you saw the jalapeños, habanero, and everything. That's what that looks like. There's really not a lot, but it does kind of melts in there. The only chunks, the ones that are chunky, are the red and green jalapeños. They're the same pepper, just different aging. Red chili is a jalapeno, so. But the habanero, yeah, that's gonna add the real spice to it. So when you think that I'm adding a lot of chilies or a lot of peppers, I'm really not. Alright, I think we're about done. So you want to go ahead and make sure you get some nice color on these peppers. Make sure that you cook them thoroughly. They don't have to be cooked all the way because we're going to continue cooking in the chili, but enough to where they're just soft. Let's add them to the pot. Alright, now for the fun part. So you're going to use about a quarter to a half cup of oil. I mean a good amount. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make seasoned oil out of this by adding these peppers. You're only going to cook these for just a minute. You don't want to go too much because then you're going to kill yourself and heat out your whole house. You just want to get them quick and toasted. And you want to put all that oil into your chili. I'm going to add garlic. Use about 3 cloves. Get out of here. And then I'm going to add 2 to 3 raw cloves into the chili itself. Alright, well, now all this is going into the chili. Change spots. Let's move you guys up a little closer. There is our chili. Now, you can keep it like this and it would be a 3-bean chili. But I plan on adding some more stuff to this, but I'm just going to let this simmer slowly for about the next 2 hours and figure out what I'm going to do with this. But we could end the video here and it'd be just fine. You want to reduce it down about that much from liquid and it would be fine. Beautiful. Just keep the lid on, cracked, that way the water can evaporate at a low temperature. But we're going to see how far we're going to go with this. Alright, a couple things to note that I forgot to put in. I personally like putting a can of diced tomatoes in my chili. You can leave them in, take them out, it's up to you. But I did forget to put onion powder, garlic powder, and I like to put a little bit of cinnamon in it, just to kind of give it that aroma or aromatic, that little light cinnamon. It kind of reminds me of like wintertime, and most of the time you eat chili like during the wintertime. But right now I'm cooking ground beef on the side because my wife wants to keep hers vegetarian. She wants to eat a little healthier. And something to note that is not going to be in the description is I put a little bit of dark brown sugar in there just to kind of cut the heat. So I'm not saying anything to anybody. They're going to have to watch the video and figure it out on their own, because these are for the people that like to skip or just see the end result and be like, oh, I'll give the recipe a try. Well, they're not going to know about it, but you will. All right, well, I ended up adding ground beef to this on my side, and I personally like it with a little bit of Fritos, cheddar cheese, and some sour cream. Just remember, this is your recipe. You add what you want to it. There is no wrong or right. Who cares what anybody says? If you don't like it spicy, don't make it spicy. You don't want it tomatoey, don't make it tomatoey. If you want corn in it, add corn to it. It doesn't matter. It's your recipe. You do what you want. But let's get a little bite, see how we did. Mine actually, I think, came out a little mild when I was tasting it, but we'll see. Now, this is great for winter time, so. But don't forget to like, subscribe. Recipes down in the description. And remember, don't get caught in the food days.